A praying believer is a dangerous believer. A praying believer is a dangerous believer. Have you ever noticed, my dear friends, that some of the hardest times to pray are the moments when you really need prayer the most? When you are tired, when you are discouraged, when you are disappointed, when you have prayed and prayed and prayed again, but nothing seems to be changing. And that's exactly when the enemy wants us to stop praying. Because the enemy knows something. A praying believer is a dangerous believer. A praying believer is a dangerous believer. Why? Because prayer changes things. But even more than that, prayer changes us. Prayer changes us. Jesus said in Luke chapter 18 that Jesus told his disciples a parable to show them that they should always pray and not give up. Notice what Jesus connected prayer with. Not giving up, perseverance. He didn't say pray when you feel like it. He didn't say pray only when things are going well. He said always pray and don't give up. Always pray and don't give up. That means prayer is more than a spiritual activity. Prayer is how we refuse to surrender. We refuse to surrender. When you pray, you're saying, God, I may not understand what is happening around me, but I still trust you. I may not see the answer yet, but I will still believe you. I may be tired, but I will never give up. I will never give up. I may be walking through a storm, but I know I'm not walking alone. I will never walk alone. Sometimes we think prayer is about changing our environment, changing our situation. And yes, God can change our situation through prayer. But sometimes, before God changes our environment, He changes what's within us. He wants to change inside of us. Prayer gives us strength when we are weak. Prayer gives us peace when everything around us is chaotic. Prayer gives us perspective and clarity when fear is screaming louder than your faith. And prayer reminds us that God is still God, even when our situation hasn't changed. So don't stop praying because you haven't seen the results. Pray because you haven't seen it yet. Don't stop praying because you are discouraged. Pray through that discouragement. Don't stop praying because you feel like nothing is happening. My dear friends, I assure you something is already happening. God is already at work in you. God is working. He's strengthening you. God is already teaching us to trust Him. And sometimes the greatest miracle is not when God removes the mountain, but the greatest miracle there, it's when He strengthens us to be able to climb that mountain. So today, if you're thinking about giving up, I want to encourage you. Don't give up. Get back on your knees. Get back on your knees. Open your mouth and your heart. Lift up your hands, lift up your heart to God and pray again. Because prayer isn't the last thing we do when everything fails. But prayer is the first thing we do because we know where our help comes from. The enemy wants to silence us. He wants to silence the believers. But heaven responds to a believer who refuses to stop praying. So pray when you're strong. Pray when you're weak. Pray when you understand. Pray when you don't. Pray, my dear friends. Pray when you see the breakthrough. And pray when you're still fighting and you're still waiting for it. Because prayer changes things. But most importantly, it changes us. And according to the words of Jesus, always pray and don't give up. God bless you.